What if I told you the man everyone calls evil actually holds the key to solving your biggest problems? The same strategies that made kings unstoppable 500 years ago could help you finally get that promotion, outsmart your competition, or even save a failing relationship. By the end of this video, you'll know how to use his most misunderstood ideas to win at life without becoming the villain. Niccolò Machiavelli. His name is often linked to sneaky politics, ruthless leaders, and manipulation. But what if I told you his book, The Prince, wasn't about being evil? It was a survival guide. Machiavelli wrote it after being tortured, exiled, and betrayed. Today, I'm breaking down his real philosophy, not the myths, into 5 simple rules you can apply daily. These aren't about manipulation. They're about understanding human nature so deeply that you can finally stop feeling stuck. Machiavelli's 500-year-old wisdom will hand you an unfair advantage over 99% of people. But his 5 ruthless, dark secrets only make sense when you see his past. In 1498, Machiavelli began his political career in Florence, determined to protect Italy from greedy warlords and corrupt leaders. But his enemies accused him of betrayal, and he was thrown into prison, tortured. He wrote The Prince not to promote cruelty, but to explain how power works, yet the rulers ignored him. Machiavelli died from a stomach illness, but his ideas outlived empires. Now let's break down his 5 biggest lessons to outsmart anyone. Machiavelli's most controversial idea is also the one that'll free you from years of frustration. Point 1. Power isn't good or evil. Machiavelli said,
"The end justify the means."
Machiavelli isn't saying you should be selfish or cruel. He's saying,
Stop pretending people act based on goodness or fairness. They act based on what benefits them.
if you ignore this, you'll keep getting blindsided. Here's an example. Imagine your friend Sarah borrows $100 from you and says, "I'll pay you back next week." You trust her because she's nice and you've known her for years, but weeks pass, no money. When you ask, she says, "I'm so sorry, my dog got sick, rent went up, I'll pay you next month." You feel bad and give her time. Months later, she ghosts you. Sarah wasn't evil, she just prioritized her own needs over yours. You assumed she'd act fairly because you're friends. Machiavelli would say,
You lost $100 because you trusted her goodness instead of her reasons.
here's the lesson you can take from this story. Stop thinking, why are people unfair? Start thinking, what do they really want? Next time someone makes a promise, ask yourself first, what do they get if they keep it? Second, what do they lose if they break it? Why this works? You're not being negative, you're being smart. As Machiavelli said,
Don't hate the player, understand the game.
this next rule is why most people fail at leadership and relationships. Point 2. Fear greater than love, but hate will destroy you. Machiavelli said,
It's better to be feared than loved.
but he added an important detail.
Never be hated.
Let's break this down. Machiavelli isn't telling you to be a bully. He's saying people respect clear rules more than empty kindness. If you're too nice, people might take advantage of you. If you're disliked, they might work against you. But if they know the consequences of crossing your boundaries, they'll respect you. Here's an example. Imagine your roommate never cleans up their mess. When dealing with problems, you can respond in 3 ways. Love approach would be, you stay quiet to avoid conflict. They keep trashing the apartment. Hate approach would be, you scream, call them lazy, and throw their stuff out. Now they resent you and might retaliate. Fear approach would be, calmly say, if the kitchen isn't clean by tomorrow, I'll have to split chores fairly or find a new roommate. This is why it works. Fear, respect for your boundaries. Love equals trusting others to respect you without boundaries. Hate, destroying trust and inviting chaos. This rule helps you turn chaos into opportunity. Point 3. Fortune favors the bold, but strategy beats luck. Machiavelli wrote that success depends on 2 forces, your skill and your luck. However, he isn't saying, just be brave and hope things work out. Instead, he emphasizes that boldness plus strategy equals success. Luck matters, but you can't wait for it. You create it by spotting problems others ignore and acting first. Think of it like this. Chaos, like losing a job or facing a relationship crisis, isn't the end. It's a chance to prove your skills. For example, imagine your partner has been distant lately, stressed about work, canceling plans, and barely texting back. You're worried the relationship is fading. The bad approach, relying on luck, would be to wait, thinking, maybe they'll come around if I give them space. But this only leads to growing distance, resentment, and eventually drifting apart. The Machiavellian approach is to recognize the real issue. They feel guilty for being distant, and you fear seeming needy. Instead of waiting, take the lead with a simple text. I know you're busy. Let's just chill with pizza and your favorite show. No pressure. I just miss you. This works because it eases their guilt and exhaustion while also meeting your need for connection. As a result, they feel understood and relieved. What if I told you that being too available is secretly making people respect you less? Machiavelli's most surprising rule fixes this, but it's not what you think. Point 4. Be unpredictable. If people can't predict you, they can't control you. Nice guys always struggle because they're too predictable, always saying yes, always available, always playing by someone else's rules. Machiavelli warned that predictability is a weakness. It allows others to manipulate you. For example, your boss gives you extra work every Friday because they know you'll stay late. You're the reliable person, but they never promote you. Why? Because when people can predict your actions, they start expecting more from you without appreciating it. The Machiavellian approach is to stay unpredictable. Next time they ask, say,
I can't tonight, but I'll prioritize this first thing Monday.
Also, make it a habit to leave on time occasionally, even when you're not busy, to set boundaries and break the expectation that you're always available. Unpredictability isn't about being unreliable. It's about guarding your time so others value it. When people aren't sure you'll always say yes, they stop taking you for granted. 2 things you can do next time. First, randomly decline minor requests, even if you could do them. And second, keep your goals private. Don't give others a roadmap to control you. Here's the brutal truth. The person who cares least in any relationship holds all the power. Machiavelli knew this, and his fix will save you years of wasted effort. Point 5. Don't be afraid to walk away. Power comes from knowing when to leave. Nice guys cling to toxic jobs, relationships, and friendships out of fear. Machiavelli called this
Voluntary slavery.
power comes from walking away the moment someone disrespects you. Here's an example. Imagine you've been dating someone for 6 months. They're charming, but unreliable, constantly canceling plans, forgetting important dates, and rarely initiating conversations. You bring it up gently, saying,
It hurts when you cancel plans.
and they apologize, only to repeat the behavior. You keep giving chances, thinking, maybe they'll change if I'm patient. Here's what a Machiavellian would do to tackle this. Step 1. Refuse to beg. Stop begging for their attention. Let your actions speak instead. Step 2. Disappear strategically. Stop texting first and let them reach out. Step 3. Walk away if nothing changes. Why this works? You're not trying to punish them. You're proving that your time and energy matter. When you walk away, they're forced to recognize your worth because they now face the possibility of losing you. If they truly care, they'll step up and make an effort. If they don't, it only confirms they never valued you in the first place. Either way, you win. You either earn the respect you deserve or gain the freedom to move on. Here's the lesson you can take from this. Machiavelli isn't saying, be heartless. He's saying, your power lies in your ability to detach. People respect what they might lose. Walking away isn't cruel. It's clarity. It either transforms the relationship or frees you to find one that's mutual. The moment you stop fearing loss is the moment you become unstoppable, because the person who can walk away, they're the one holding all the cards.